be okay. I wish I could go back, 'cause I'd change every single word and every mistake. Still can't.
Well, hello friends, I hope you're doing very well today. Personally, I happen to be feeling quite good as today's highs are not going to reach outside of the 60s. By the time summer's drawing to the close, my mind is automatically turning to all things autumn and fall. But once the temperatures finally break, the season has officially begun. Now, speaking of the season, I cannot consider it without my mind going to one of my favorite movie aesthetics, which is practical magic. Now, you don't have to like the movie to appreciate how well designed that set was. They did an extremely good job at balancing out light and dark, moody and grounded with light and airy. More on that in just a second. Another thing that I do absolutely love about the movie is its very earthy vibe that kind of runs all throughout it. I want to make sure I capture that really well. That's one of the emphases, that's really what I want to place a lot of focus and attention on when it comes to my kind of Halloween decorations. And one of the ways I thought that we could do that today was by picking some flowers that we could dry out and incorporate into some of our fall decorating.
Pick flowers? Are we gonna pick flowers? Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Still can't let you.
Oh, it's so nice out.
What'd you get?
Hey there, my friends. Quick side note, apologies for the background noise. We've got the windows open and we currently have 9 roosters at the moment. Any of y'all, not sure if you heard that, but case in point, I digress. Thank you. So today I thought that we could carry on with our autumn and fall decorating, and I thought that we could start with Irish June's room. I've mentioned this before, the kids' rooms are one of my favorite spaces to decorate. I just feel like I can have a lot more of a whimsical approach. I don't really have to put a lot of thought into it. Just what feels right is what I throw at the place. And that's pretty much what we're going to be doing this morning. Once again, as always, I have no idea what direction we're gonna go, but I'm just going to kind of pillage through our Halloween boxes that we have gotten down and just pick out whatever feels right at the time. So we are currently in the old playroom, a room I have yet to design. More on that in the upcoming future, but for now it is working as a holding space for all of my autumn and Halloween decorations, as it is right by the attic stairs, so it just happens to be the most convenient place to have put in it. But let's go ahead and go through it. So most of the times when I am redecorating or designing something new, I will choose a focal piece to kind of act as a base point and choose whether or not I want to add other things on top of it based on whether or not those new things blend with it. So I like to get creative with things that I frame and hang on the walls. It's fun to think outside of the box, not necessarily just framing art or a picture. I like to frame things like newspaper clippings, covers to old magazines, and one of my favorite things in particular to frame is my cross stitch or embroidery. Now, if you happen, if you happen to be a fan of either of these, this stuff can be found in thrift stores, flea markets, antique shops. And if you don't necessarily like the frame but like what's in it, you could always take it out and reframe it and give it a little bit more of a personal touch. To the practical magic theme and specifically talking about their very earthy aesthetic, one way you can achieve this look and feel in your home concerning your fall decor is by adding pieces that have natural materials like wicker decorations or rattan baskets, anything that has any type of natural material. All these things really help to create that sense. Most of the movie set takes place inside of their Victorian home, and you can see all of their pieces seem to be a similar age of their house, so it has a very lived in, very historical feel. A very simple way to create that type of look is by adding antique pieces, specifically old, worn, vintage books. As you can see in the background, this honestly is one of my go-to moves when trying to create a kind of spooky aesthetic. Which one do we think? I think I'm leaning towards this one, but I like this one because it really picks up on the exact color of the books that are in the background. But I don't know, I like the kind of more whimsical aesthetic of this one. Which one would y'all pick? So I'm quite sure you figured it out on your own, but if you happen to be wondering why in the world we had a random get up change, it's because we may or may not have abandoned ship and spent the rest of our evening outside yesterday. I have the attention span of an ant. Although when I am doing projects, my middle name may as well be Hyperfocus. Not sure if that is a good thing or not, but 'tis the case. Instead of trying to purchase a lot of mass-produced pieces, which I gotta be honest, I don't discriminate against any type of Halloween decorations. I still purchase a lot of that on my own as well, but I try to really hone in pieces that you would consider to be heirloom. Either they were handmade by myself or somebody else, things that have a history, they're either vintage or antique finds. Things that I know that I will keep around for a very long time, are really quality items, and something that I know that I'm not just gonna get sick of and toss away the following year. The dogs are barking. That said, let's go check out that. That said, let's go current. Bleh. I am actually my no.